So we have a 4-6 splenic projector with the channel of talent and the channel of structuring. So we have the spleen connected to the throat and the ajna connected to the throat as well. So we can see that her voice is going to be very important for her. Being seen is going to be very important for her. Um, Timing on when she's going to let out these talents and her insights is going to be very important. Okay, and she had a question. Can you talk about gate 30 amplifying the whole chart? I keep hearing this, but can't grasp what that would mean. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me take a look at it. I'm not sure what that means, amplifying the whole chart. Okay, so gate 30 is your Saturn on your personality and design side. Saturn's a really important activation, especially when we're looking at obviously your Saturn return. So when you hit between 28 and 30 something years old, you're going to go through your Saturn return. And Saturn is the planet that is really bringing restriction into your life. And the reason why it's so important and people talk about the Saturn return is because it goes through all the gates of the wheel. And then when we hit that Saturn return, it comes back into its original place where when we were born. So that means that Saturn has challenged us in all of the possibilities of the archetypes of the I Ching. So when we take a look at Saturn, we can see what is your main theme that you were really here to learn about, or here to be challenged by, or here to, yeah, we have a 4-6, uh, so um, here to be uh, challenged to learn what's not working and probably be kind of messy with it. Amplifies the intensity of the chart. I don't know what that means. Um, what do you think it means? So Saturn and gate 30, this is in the stream of desire. This is the gate of feelings. So this is, yeah, let me know what you think it means. Um, okay, let me just take a look at your chart here. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say about that. Um, yeah, that I'm an intense person to others, but I don't feel intense, but can feel others thinking I'm intense. Well, hmm, that I understand. That is not a, I mean, gate 30 is in an open solar plexus, so it's not even activated all the time. It's inconsistent, so someone can link it up. But to me, the beautiful thing about reading a human design chart is that we can't take anything into isolation. We can look at things in isolation, but you have to remember we're a holistic being. We have these 26 activations, and they're all 1,080 different ways that they can be expressed in our design, plus our aura, plus our profile. So there's too much going on to be able to point to one thing. That's like, this is the reason why this is happening. It's fun to look at again, talking about our minds. But when you talk about you're an intense person, to me, it's the projector aura that is intense because we're one-on-one people. We're one person at a time. And when we look at somebody, we're like burying into their soul. This is people say I'm a really intense person. And I'm like, oh, is it my ego? Is it yeah. So there are these things in our design, but when it comes out of this projector aura, I think that's the intensity that people are talking about. And I've felt really insecure about that, especially when I met this girl in Ibiza. I can just tell like when I'm interested in somebody, like I'm so intense, I can't not be. It's like I can't give you half of my focus. You're going to get all of my focus. And when you have the 4323, this is a very brilliant mind. Like the things that you see, and the way you're going to be able to articulate those it's going to be very sharp. It's going to be very cutting. It's going to be very, yeah, it's going to be. very intense. Projectors were intense people. And that's why projectors hanging out with other projectors is so great because we don't care about the intensity. We're like, give me the intensity. I'm so bored when someone isn't isn't intense. Or we're going to talk about the weather or, whatever it is. So to me, when I look at this chart, I'm like, okay, it's your projector aura gate 30. Um, yeah, I've never heard that before. And I wouldn't, having it in an open solar plexus, I don't understand that, or I would need some more context to discuss that. I really don't know. Um, Gate 30 is a fun gate. It's the gate of the fates. Um, it's the gate of. I was talking about this yesterday with somebody. Like, if you really want to learn human design, we you learn the circuitry, learn the different streams because they all tell a story, and then it's so much easier to understand the gates in context of the whole. So gate 41 really starts off the fantasy. It's this gate of any possibility of experience for a human being lives in gate 41. So um, this is like, okay, we can daydream, we can fantasize, we can really have a desire for a new experience, to feel something with somebody else. So then when we go to the other side in gate 30, this is the gate of the fates. This is the clinging fire. It's one of my favorite gate names, the clinging fire. So cool. Well, what does that mean? It means that not every desire, not every fantasy is meant to be manifested. And it's so important to wait through an emotional wave in order to realize what is correct for me, what experience is correct. And that's the experience that clings, that sticks around. So the clinging fire is the fantasy that doesn't go away. It returns, it comes back. It's still there for you. And you're still a yes when it does come back, even though we're waiting. But gate 30 also says, this is the gate of the fates. It says you think the fantasy is going to go like this. It's not. I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I'm going to, it's not going to go exactly how you had planned or how you expected. So it's so important for any activations in this stream to not have any expectations, or to get rid of as many expectations as you can. So gate 30 is yeah, it's the fates. It's funny if we think about it in terms of what it is to have an experience as human beings. It doesn't usually go the way we thought. And then it comes up to gate 36. Gate 36 is the gate of emotional crisis. And this has been activated in the transits for the last 3.5 years. Emotional crisis. Take a look at the world, and this is the gate that actually has the energy to manifest the experience. And this is where the crisis comes from. We thought it was going to go like this, but it didn't. Now, how do we deal with it? We get confronted with crisis, and crisis doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be exciting. It can be fun. It can be adventurous. It can be silly, whatever the crisis is. It just means it didn't go the way we thought it was going to go. And then when you get up all the way to the top in the throat into gate 35, this is the gate of progress and the gate of change. It's the voice that says, I feel. So you have gate 35. So that could be something you notice that comes out of your throat, is you're wanting to share your feelings. You're wanting to say, this is what I went through. This is what I've learned. Here's the advice. Don't do it that way. I already tried it. This is the channel of the jack of all trades. So can you see how, like, when we walk through these gates in the circuitry, in the stream telling a story, it's so much easier to remember uh, their meaning, because it all connects. And that's the beauty of the body graph, is in the circuitry and in these different streams, the whole thing tells a story of what it is to be a human being. And each one of these gates are just a component. They're just a step in our evolution, in our journey of life, really. So yeah, gate 30 is a hot one. It's where desire is. It's where feelings are. It is that clinging fire. There can definitely be an intensity um, here in gate 30, but to have it in an open solar plexus, it's not a consistent theme for you. It kind of comes and it goes. Right now, it's been activated because you have the hanging 35 like I do. So, mark your calendar for June 13th when 36 will finally be gone. So I'd be interested to ask you, like, what has been your experience of being you like me? You've been conditioned to be an emotional manifester for the last like 3+ years. And for me, it's been the most like it's like a roller coaster, the ups and downs, the highs and lows, the emotionality, the crisis, the pleasure and the pain. Like, it's been the most adventurous emotional time of my life these last 3.5 years. And so yeah, maybe that has been amplifying your intensity through your aura because gate 30 is activated too. But you know, having your Saturn in gate 30, this is kind of asking you, and I think how old are you? If you're close to your Saturn return, or if you're just coming out of your Saturn return, um, what did you learn about desire? What did you learn about emotions? What have you learned about feelings? This has been a huge theme for you. Yeah, 31. So you're just coming out of your Saturn return. So this is going to really be something that is needing to be integrated. And what a beautiful opportunity with Neptune and the nodes in gate 36 to learn about emotions and to learn about feelings and to learn about desire and to learn about, okay, you know, what what adventures are correct for me, what people are correct for me, what experiences are correct for me. Um, and do I initiate and force out of fantasy and desires of my mind, or do I wait for the invitation and the right timing um, to share? Am I really recognized? For us in this stream, it's probably like, when the invitation is there, am I really recognized by this person? Is such a great question before we jump into a relationship or we jump into any adventure with them, Uh, God, my abusive relationship. Okay. But I think back to your question, the intensity is just being a projector. People can't handle our intensity. And I always tell, especially as projector men, it's so hard like hitting on women, or like dating is so difficult for a projector man because we were taught to like, no, you need to initiate, you need to go approach, you need to go be the man. And the fucking like laser beam on my forehead, it could be so intense. But if someone's into you, then it's great, and we can get really deep. But if not, it's so awkward because you can just know like, oh, I'm just so intense. So intensity to me is a projector thing, and it's something that we need to own, we need to come to terms with, and we need to realize, before we engage, like, am I recognized here? Is this going to be a healthy thing for me or not? Thank you for the opportunity, Bree. Appreciate it. I hope that was beneficial.